Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 122.
122.
Of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by Theme Park Connection in Orlando, Florida.
Now, if you have a really big yard, this week, we just found out there might be a giant hat available in a few months.
A few months. I don't think they're going to have that. And PixieVacations.com. This is a great time to start planning your trip for 2015, and they can help you out figuring out what resort and what restaurants you'd like to dine at. They are specialists.
And we had a great time with them at their event last week, and we hope we can talk about it next week. We sort of ran out of time to get that ready, but we will do it. And Maple Leaf Tickets, our official ticket agency, the best deals on tickets in town. Check them out. We just went and checked out the new Move It, Shake It, Dance, and Play It.
Right, I keep wanting to say dance it, play it, but it's dance and play it.
I finally have it down after typing it a million times while we did our coverage.
But this is similar to the Move It, Shake It, Celebrate It. It's the same floats, although they're
a little bit lower. Yeah, the floats have been redid. They have video screens on them now, and you'll see why as we go into this.
And some of the characters are different. We have King Louie and Blue here, who were in the previous incarnation of the parade. And here you see they use the word selfie like a bazillion times, and it drives me absolutely nuts.
Well, selfies. Here's Phineas and Ferb.
It's like take a selfie, take a selfie, take a selfie.
Well,
please.
Mickey himself is taking
and
selfies.
And Donald also.
Yes.
And Phineas and Ferb are new
to the parade,
yes,
or the procession, or street party, whatever you want to call it.
I just hope they stop using the word selfie and just pictures is fine.
You know, selfie is a very popular. We are older people. Selfie is hugely popular.
I think it has been so overused.
One thing I should say, and this is true, whenever Disney tries to be hip, it often doesn't work.
Right.
So,
And there is Chip and Dale, and again, they and Woody and Jesse all were in the previous incarnation of the street party.
So who we have lost is Lumiere is not in it.
Sebastian.
Totally not there. The Incredibles are still around. They have a new dance party.
But they're not in this.
Not in this.
Mad Hatter gone.
Oh, okay. So here, this explains the presents, which are lower than before. Here comes Mickey.
Right, and Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and Donald are all on top of the gifts, and they were not on the street at all.
Right, so you will not be able to get pictures with or dance with the Fab Four, I guess we could call them.
And the music is different. It's the old music I actually like. Like, I liked it from the first time I heard it, and it was like Miley Cyrus song. I don't know that much about her music,
right,
but Pumpin' Up the Party, which was terrific. I always loved hearing that. This one I don't really remember. I didn't write down the song name. I believe it's an original song.
Yes, I think it was called Party Up.
Right, we actually just checked it.
We had to look it up. Again, that was the big complaint with YouTube and Facebook comments, it was not a memorable song, and I think that along with some of the character selections was the main issue.
Well, I felt the same way with Celebrate the Magic on the castle not being as good as the previous one, but eventually it grows on you, so I'm sure that this music will as well.
Right, and now we're seeing the dance format of, it's basically the same format. You have your Shake Your Tail Feather song and Twist and Shout, and I think you're going to do the conga line. That kind of thing did not change since the original incarnation.
Right, and again, still popular. Really, the families just love it.
Oh, yeah, you can see.
Phineas and Ferb here. I like the addition of Phineas and Ferb, although, I liked having the Mad Hatter before, and Sebastian and Lumiere, as part of it. So.
But they did not dance, where at least now you got some of these characters you don't normally see, and that would be my answer to the Fab Four. See, there's Stitch. There's Stitch over there. I know you couldn't find him earlier.
I did not. I looked everywhere for Stitch, and
he
I
was
had no
very
idea.
Popular. He was one of the most crowded characters, people wanting their pictures and dancing with Stitch.
Stitch was very popular in Disneyland Paris as well.
Right.
Really popular, overly popular. And here's the conga line.
Oh, and I should say Phineas and Ferb were also very popular. There were actually people with signs and shirts, Phineas and Ferb shirts, that knew they were going to be there, that were waiting just for them.
I didn't see that, but Remy and Emile I would like to see on this.
Oh,
That's what great. I would like.
So here is the new portion, the Play It portion. They give you a choice of 3 songs, which I heard will be changing as this progresses. There'll be new popular songs.
Well, Happy is like over a year old, I think, now. So that's the only one I know of these three. I don't know the other two songs. Well, I'm not into popular music so much.
Shake It Off by Taylor Swift won the vote, the popular vote.
Barely. I mean, Happy was pretty close, so...
Oh, your favorite part, the selfies. There's Mickey. There's Mickey taking it. Now, the best is when Mickey pulls out his Mickey phone and takes a selfie right here. But what I found very funny about this whole thing is I'm recording it, and, I'm looking at the people. I didn't expect to know anybody in particular, and all of a sudden I saw my friend Steve Fox. And I was like,
I didn't see it.
Hilarious. I loved it. And then, so I instantly, after it ended, I called him. I said, oh, this is great. There he is, Steve Fox. So I call him, and notice how Donald is down low there. This was taken the day before at the final performance of the original. So he wasn't even there. So he's like, what are you talking about? I'm at work. So that was quite fun. And did you see they shot some little daytime fireworks? So that's some
of these might have been the same day, and maybe they had some from the previous.
Since it was the first day and they were doing recording and everything, I think that's why they had.
I was down around Casey's Corner waiting to take pictures of them coming back, so I totally missed that part.
But that's very different for this new incarnation, and it seemed to go over well. People liked the idea of the interactivity, the voting, and all that. And here goes the float. They're going to be heading out again, and you were down Main Street to catch their exit.
Glad the parade is still here, though, in some kind of incarnation, even if it's not exactly the same.
Right. Lots of changes. And speaking of changes, this was just announced. The Sorcerer Hat icon at Disney's Hollywood Studios is going away.
Glowing away.
I was going to say that.
I was going to say glowing away.
So let's talk quickly about the history of the hat. The hat originally debuted in 2001 for the 100 Years of Magic celebration.
And I remember that.
Walt Disney's 100th birthday at the time.
So I remember that, and I was not thrilled that they plopped this huge hat in front of the beautiful Chinese theater.
Well, the hat originally was, you played games there, trivia games, but then as you can see in this picture, it turned into a pin shop, which it is now. It's a shop.
I always thought it looked like Mickey was wearing earrings.
But this is the view that you saw for the first 12 years of the park.
I love that.
And it's a beautiful view. I welcome the return of this view. I only have one fear, as a friend of ours said. I hope they're not taking the hat down so there's more room to remove this.
Right.
That would be bad.
But that's certainly possible because it sounds like they're going to really redo Disney's Hollywood Studios.
So this is my dream. I don't expect it will necessarily happen, but I used to love the Christmas tree. Although it's kind of funny, I love the Christmas tree there in front of the Chinese theater, but it's a little different. I mean, it was a very temporary thing seasonally, and you could still take a picture and see the Chinese theater. Now, one thing I especially loved about the Christmas tree, and I don't know if people will remember this, but they used to have a train set, and it was a train set showing little small icons of Hollywood, and we're going to take a look at some of those. Here you have the Hollywood sign.
And I wish I could remember this. I just don't. And it's not like I wasn't going to the park at that time, but not as often, certainly as I have in the last 10 to 12 years or so. I go all the time.
No, it's funny. These pictures were taken. I took these pictures with film in 1993. So 93, they still had the train set. And here is Union Station, another landmark of the area.
So how many years did they have this up?
That's a good question. I don't know. I assume it went away when the hat came. So we'll have to do a little research into that. And here's another shot. And you could see, it's sort of under the tree. You could see the balls and the, what do you call the stuff hanging down from
the garland.
Garland, yes. Well, we actually have garland made out of magic bands in the house for this year. So that'll be interesting. Oh, so this was one of my favorite ones. It's the Walt Disney Studios and the back lot. You could see the western back lot there. So that's just awesome. I love that they had these great details.
Well, I'm not expecting it to return. The one from America in Epcot hasn't even returned, and that's been gone for a number of years.
Yeah, somehow they don't like trains anymore.
No, don't say that. The Yacht Club has their train set, and that might have been at the Wilderness Lodge previously.
And here's the Hollywood Bowl, which we've been to. We've never seen an event there, but we've been to it. But I miss all these things. It would be great every year for Christmas to go there and see how this evolved. They could put in some new landmarks, and of course they had to have a little Chinese theater, and you could sort of see, if you look behind it, the big Chinese theater. Not really from this angle, but you get the idea. I thought that was a nice touch.
It is a nice touch.
So I know a lot of guests really actually love the hat, especially people that have started coming to the studios after the hat went up in 2001. So I totally respect that. And I mean, I've had so many things I love go away over the years, like the 20,000 Leagues and Horizons, Mr. Toad, things like that. And of course now with Off Kilter, that kind of thing. I do understand this is one time where I'm happy to see it go personally, but I do understand people do have an attachment to it.
We might lose a Chinese theater too, so it might be just a whole new something. But I mean, I don't know. They haven't made any big announcements yet.
Right. Maybe the best scenario would be if they could somehow move the hat, perhaps outside in front of the park, so those that love it and always took their photos there will still have it, and then the view in front of hopefully the Chinese theater for good will continue. So anyway, that's about it for the hat. Disney hasn't announced the official plans for Disney's Hollywood Studios yet, but when it is announced, we'll definitely talk about it in an upcoming show.
Looking forward to that.
Too.
And now we're heading to the Four Seasons Resort Orlando for the opening of Capa. We were actually there a few days before it opened to the public. We were invited by the resort, and it was a fantastic experience, and we loved this rooftop and never wanted to leave it.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, this was sort of just a place to go before dinner, kind of a hangout type of place. Oh boy, we did not want to leave at all. Of course, we had those nice drinks to keep us happy too. But look at the views. You have Spaceship Earth there. Over here to the right, you can see Hollywood Studios. I think Swan and Dolphins coming up. Just beautiful views.
And of course, you have the Zoom going on. But from here, I could see a little bit of downtown Disney if I peeked around. Then, of course, Spaceship Earth and the Swan and Dolphin, and then into the Magic Kingdom area.
So this is one of the drinks they gave me. It's called a Capa GinTonic, and this is the way their preparation is. They pour the tonic into the gin. The gin is made with apples, and they have a little apple slice you could see there, and it's served in a Pinot Noir glass. So you really get all the fragrance. It's very refreshing. Great drink. Loved it.
And I had to have 2 of these just to make sure I liked it.
Of course.
This was a sangria. I'm not sure the official name for it, but it had like a hint of cinnamon, and it was delicious.
And you noticed that cinnamon, by the way. They were impressed that you were able to notice. What do we have here?
Most of the items, we won't say what the official name, Spanish name is, because I can't pronounce a lot of the items, and I don't want to sound stupid.
Well,
but they call, these are a ham croquette, and I did not try this, but did you like it?
Yes, it was wonderful. What a great start to the evening, I tell you.
And next, they call these Capa tots. I don't think that's what it will say on the menu, but they're tater tots, and they have paprika on them. They're actually, I really like the paprika taste, and so you kind of learn little twists on items that you may have in normal life.
Well, speaking of twists, this one really has a little difference to it.
Right. This is called pan con tomato, and it's like a soft bruschetta, which I've never really had a soft bruschetta, I don't think, before.
They're usually crispy.
Right, and then the tomato really soaks into the bread, so I thought that was very interesting and delicious.
That was delicious, absolutely. So I just really want to get across that it's truly an experience. It's not just the dinner. I mean, we were there for 4 hours.
That was a long time,
That was a long time.
But it felt very fast.
Right. It's just so relaxing, so beautiful. These views are amazing. And I have to admit, some of them, like this one in particular, was with a zoom lens, but still you can see so many things. Oh, I love your shot here with the Spaceship Earth.
Looks like it's about to drop into the sangria.
And we had a beautiful sunset. Cue up the Lion King music, as one of our friends said.
And I would I would say get there for sunset, maybe have a drink, and then stay for the fireworks.
I agree 100%, but just beware, the time goes by so fast. We were having such a wonderful dinner, we actually missed one of the 2 fireworks displays that happened while we were dining.
Right, just make sure you know what the times will be. And here we are inside the restaurant.
Yes.
And there's 122 restaurant seats and 31 are outside, and that's something you have to request. And probably upon arrival, you would request that.
So let's talk a little bit about the theme of the restaurant.
Well, Capa means the red cape that a bullfighter wears while he's fighting. Mm-hmm. So that theme is really interwoven through the entire restaurant.
And you can see there's a lot of great seating angles, too.
Right. I mean, we weren't right next to a window, but there were a lot of guests who were. And there are the Matador uniforms. Right.
Authentic Matador uniforms. And I think we're going to see beautiful shot of the cape work.
Right. And this is just a gorgeous piece. And I don't know if there's any way to really show it in a photo the way it should be shown.
Right.
But I believe it was made in the Netherlands. I don't have that in front of me. But it was designed exclusively for the restaurant.
And I love the open kitchen. You can sort of see them doing the cooking.
And here are those tables that we mentioned earlier outside.
Oh, yeah, absolutely beautiful. If I had to be anywhere, I would pick right there.
Absolutely, the perfect view. And you can see the Contemporary Resort over there with the Magic Kingdom in the background.
Yeah, I mean, sunset out there is amazing. And there is a view of the resort and the pools and all the goodness.
The lazy river.
That's right.
We still have to book a night there.
So anyway, here we go. We're going to start our dinner. They gave you a little memento there.
Right, it's a little, I believe it's Spanish olive oil. It's very good.
You've already broken into that
I
for
have.
breakfast a number of times. What do we have here?
Well, we had some appetizers. This one is a tuna appetizer. You had it. I did not.
I thought it was great. It's very fresh tuna, and it was very flavorful. I loved it.
And this is called hamachi with clementine and horseradish. And I don't normally eat fish, but it really soaked up the orange. And I had 1 or 2 pieces of that.
I was very impressed. You were actually very adventurous this night. So
a little
that
bit, yeah.
I also enjoyed very much.
And this is beets with buttermilk. And again, I don't really eat beets, but with the buttermilk, it really added to the flavor. And I had several pieces of this. It was really good.
Well, there are a lot of interesting choices that we had, that's for sure.
And this is radishes with yogurt and pomegranate. And we had it tapas style, so we were sharing these with a few other people at the table.
Oh, here are the prawns.
Right, with chili and romesco.
Oh, boy, so good. I just can't even...
Jeff loves seafood.
I do. It was amazing.
He was happy to eat all of it.
And you actually enjoyed the pork belly.
I never had pork belly, except I guess bacon is considered pork belly. But until last year. And this is this was very crispy, and I really, really enjoyed this. And it had like an apple butter type item that you would dip it in.
Right. And here's sort of a seafood medley, which I, of course, enjoyed very much.
It was paella with mussels, clams, chorizo. Is that how you say it? Chorizo?
I don't know.
And peas.
Well, it was wonderful, of course.
And this is a porterhouse, and it was brought out rare. I never eat food rare, but I actually went back for seconds on this because it was like cutting through butter. It was so tender.
It was fantastic. And this is something that is actually for 2. You can order this for 2 at a normal setting.
Right. And I didn't put prices in my article because I don't think what the serving sizes were the normal serving sizes. So they may have the menu online by now. I
would say it's one of the top steaks I've had at Disney property.
Oh, I agree. I mean, we've been to Yachtsman and Shula's and so many restaurants, but the steak was excellent.
Right. And also we have a little accompaniment here.
Right. This is a Swiss chard. We had the potatoes before it. Dessert included several different items, including these churros with, now the sauce is what really made it. It was like chocolate sauce that we ended up drinking out of the cups once we were done with the churros. Everybody was like
unbelievable.
Spooning it out.
And we have a little sorbet here. And I think we're going to see a chocolate cake coming up. And the chocolate cake actually has raspberries in it.
That was very
rich.
Good. And it was like we were sharing, with 4 of us, but boy, I was so full.
That was a tough one to share, though. It was so good.
It was.
We had that problem a number of times, actually.
I like kind of sharing and trying new items. And here we are seeing the fireworks.
That's right. This was sort of the cherry on top. And we were lucky because it was a Halloween party night, which means we had these 180-degree surround fireworks, all the more awesome from the top of the Four Seasons.
And if you're going to dine at Capa, and let's say during December, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party will be coming up, actually November and December. So if you look for those dates, these are the type of fireworks you're going to get.
And if you happen to bring a camera, you might get a picture like this.
I wish I had my tripod,
I know. This was a handheld. You did a great job, as always. What a wonderful time. I highly recommend Capa. I would say if it's a special occasion, a anniversary, birthday, something like that, this would be maybe the number 1 place I would go.
Yeah, I agree.
I would choose it over California Grill, absolutely.
And here is a bar. You can go up just for a drink. They have these antique Spanish coins that make up a matador and a bull in these murals around the bar.
That's right. I didn't notice it at first, but when I did, it was one of those, oh, wow moments. I thought that was really nice.
And Capa Restaurant is open from 6 to 10 every night. You can book through Open Table directly off of the Four Seasons Resort Orlando website.
Always a great time at the Four Seasons. I can't wait to go back. And actually, I think we are going back tomorrow.
We are. We're going to go check out the food truck. It will be there from, I think, 2 to 5 tomorrow. Definitely at 2 o'clock it starts, so we'll be there at that time.
Limited time magic.
It is limited time
One
magic.
day only. I can't wait to check it out. Anyway, highly recommend the Four Seasons. Last word for you.
Had a great time, and I can't recommend the Four Seasons Resort Orlando enough in every way. Just a gorgeous resort, a great restaurant, and a wonderful evening.
And all of a sudden, we are in Paris. It's the Walt Disney Studios Paris for the Disney's Stars and Cars character greeting.
Right, and I think they sometimes have this as a parade also, but right now that's not what they're doing. It's just for a meet and greet. Tons of characters.
And what an assembly of characters that doesn't necessarily go together naturally. I love it. I think it's fantastic. And of course, it's Emile and Remy himself.
And they are my favorite. So, we don't really see them here. So I would like them to come here, but they're not.
Well, the Cars and Stars Parade originally debuted at Disney's, at the time, MGM Studio. So it's been around for a while. And at one point, they shipped it off over there.
At the time of the hat.
Correct.
The time the hat started is when they started the parade. And I remember seeing Bess Parker on a first time I think I saw the parade.
So here we go. There is Emile. You love these characters. Although we didn't get to actually personally meet them, we got pretty close.
Right. And I got a picture with Remy over my head, but we were always going somewhere, whether it was to the Remy restaurant or we're always in a hurry.
Well, the problem is this park is right across from Disneyland Paris, which is just the most amazing park. So it's just not quite to the same level yet. Although this is great. There is Remy holding a Remy. We did enjoy the Remy attraction. So it's and we also enjoyed the what's the other one that you really liked?
I liked the Crush's Coaster.
Oh yeah, loved it.
Love Crush's Coaster.
There are some really great elements. Oh, look at this! It's Mushu. He never comes out here.
No, I think I've seen him a couple times here, but not anytime recently. And
like I said, what an odd assortment! You have Mushu, Stitch, Peter Pan, Lilo is back there. Here comes Snow White and her prince.
And Tweedledee and Tweedledum are out at the same time, and you have Goofy.
And Eeyore. What is Eeyore doing there?
It's not like Eeyore Pooh Piglet. It's just like Eeyore. And they actually had two different character greetings with all different characters. So I thought that was pretty great.
And the way they do it out there is very civilized. There's no specific lines. Everyone sort of waits around this giant oval, and the characters eventually come and get to everybody.
Right, and almost everybody pretty much stays in one place. Not everybody does. I mean, if you want to go see Remy, if there's only a couple characters you want, you'll probably just run over to them. But I thought it was a very nice way to do a meet and greet here. They don't do it like that in Disneyland Paris itself. But this was, like you said, civilized.
Well, I loved it, and I can't wait to get back.
I know. I would like to use our annual passes again.
Well, I know that we both said for the 25th anniversary of Disneyland Paris, we definitely want to go back. But I think you might want to go back a little earlier, and I have to admit I do too.
Well, I would like to go back for Christmas, but it would cost too much right now for us to go again so soon. But maybe in a year, right before our passes expire. I miss Halloween there. I really loved Halloween there more than I can even say.
Right, I agree. And here they go. All the characters are heading back in. This was just a quick Disneyland Paris segment this week. We'll have another one next week. And here we go, Remy and Emile. And speaking of Halloween, we will have much more Halloween coverage next week. We'll have our traditional Fort Wilderness Halloween with the golf cart parade and whatever else we do. We'll try to get to the resort. So we should have a very Halloween-like week.
An American Queue at the Bee Resort, which we've already done. And looking forward to talking about that.
It was wonderful. Of course, thanks to our sponsors, PixieVacations.com.
And they are specialists with Disneyland Paris as well. They go there. They go to all the Disney resorts.
So they can help in every way.
Absolutely.
Also, Maple Leaf Tickets, our official ticket agency. Check them out. And our original sponsor, Theme Park Connection. Always something. I hear, again, there may be a giant hat
there is not a hat. No
in
hat.
about 5 months.
No.
Thanks again, everyone, for listening, and have a great week.
Have a great week. Oh.